Hi there, it's Kevin with Rogue Deck Builder. Here with all the rage, this is Flesh and Blood, and I haven't really looked into this much. I watched a 10-minute video on how to play Flesh and Blood and a little bit about Flesh and Blood, but I wanted to actually not know that much so I can give you my first impressions of this set by none other than just opening up a booster box and seeing what is inside. Now this sucker has gone crazy. Even the Unlimited Edition, which is what this is, from Flesh and Blood, I believe this is the second set. Welcome to Rathe. Not even sure if you can play with the contents in here if you do need starter decks. I'm sure people let me know in the comment section below. But one of the reasons why I completely avoided Flesh and Blood is Hype Man was hyping this like no other. And I have a distrust when Hype Man actually hypes things because there have been some bad games in the past that have been hyped. And I'm still, besides even that topic, I'm still upset about some games in the past that I think had legs that just had some very terrible companies like Fantasy Flights or WizKids or even like Keyforge. So Fantasy Flights had a knock out of the park game with Star Wars, I think it was Star Wars Destiny was the game. And it was something that, because people are like, oh, Flesh and Blood, nothing sold like this before. And I'd say, well, you don't remember Star Wars Destiny? That every product was just selling, hundreds of dollars over MSRP for early Star Wars Destiny. Or going back to Keyforge, people don't remember the $1,000 Keyforge decks and just the amount of Keyforge is going to kill Magic. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. And then how fast even I would say Keyforge lasted until the second set and then died. And then before that, even I was a big fan of a game called Dice Masters, which I actually do think had legs and I do think is a very, very well constructed game. However, WizKids was just so incompetent that there were so many grammatical errors on the cards. A lot of the cards had to be, you'd have to wade through pages and pages of unorganized judges' rulings. Their website was terrible. Their website didn't even have a list of all the cards ever printed on, and it was just a lot of things were just so open to interpretations for Dice Masters. And it's really sad because that was also a game that came out where the first edition of Dice Masters, I believe it was Marvel X-Men vs. Avengers, was just absolutely bonkers, like the amount you could sell those for. And so here we have Flesh and Blood, and those are still too raw with me about where I'm still stuck with a lot of Keyforge. I had to blow out the Star Wars Destiny. The problem with both of those is you couldn't really get in. The game was already hot before there were really products available, which is kind of the same thing with Flesh and Blood. By the time there was actually products available for Flesh and Blood, but by the time this game was hyped up, there weren't any products left for it. But after looking at how the game plays and talking to a lot of people, this does seem to be different. Like the whole atmosphere does seem to be different for Flesh and Blood. I think it's more legitimate. Their Discord is popping. Their Facebook page is popping. Like so much interaction. And again, Keyforge was too. Dice Masters was too. Dice Masters at one point had a very vibrant Reddit scene. It had some YouTube videos that are doing quite well. People playing with each other. Had a pretty good tournament scene. Same thing with Keyforge. And of course, those are dead games now. So Flesh and Blood, though, pretty neat with what they call the cold foiling process, where it's funny how a tiny company was able to figure out foils, and then a multi-billion-dollar company, or Hasbro wasn't able to figure out foiling for Magic the Gathering. Which foiling, though, I have seen the Commander Legend foils. They're pretty cool. You can go and check out our Gone Rogue Game channel where we open up booster box of Commander Legends, and we did open up 2 of them, I believe, in our box. So anyway, that is enough backstory with Flesh and Blood. As people just want to see the damn cards being opened, we'll get to this Flesh and Blood, and I'll just give you kind of my thoughts on this. So again, I get the gist of how to play this. What I've heard from people that play it is it's very similar to the tit for tat that's in Pauper. And I'd be a huge fan of that, where there isn't you don't just slam a card that must be answered. And like Wilderness Reclamation, you don't answer it in turn, you're dead. That it's more tit for tat, that it's a big resource management game. And I'm excited to learn how to play this Flesh and Blood. So I have a patron that's actually sending me some starter stuff, and then I'll be able to learn the game, and we're going to give it a go and see how it works. And if it does catch on, I am really, really excited about a competitor to Magic, because not only will it give me something to take a break from, but it also will be able to up Magic's game. If it's something that Magic has to compete with, they can quit being so lazy and actually have to go, find talent and designers and not be like, well, what else are you guys going to do? Play Pokemon? Which is kind of the attitude that I've been getting from Wizards of the Coast now. I think really since Hearthstone started to take a nosedive, it's just made Magic worse and worse and worse and worse. I mean, people talk about like Runeterra and some of these other things, but they just haven't taken off. All right, so first impressions of the Flesh and Blood. So I'm probably going to mispronounce all these words. First of all, the pack feel is, it's good. Pretty solid product. Cards are pretty decent quality. The stock's pretty good here. Got Zach that's eavesdropping now. So maybe you can play, pick it up. Whoa, we got this that's not.
What did you do?
We messed it up, there we go. Autofocus, I think, is off. So anyway, first of all, what you have is a hero, and I believe you equip it. And there are different classes, so this is a warrior hero, so it can attach like warrior items to it. That's the gist of what I've got from this. And it has an backside. Not sure how this works. I'm not sure what the rarity is either. I do know from talking to people that like cards aren't worth anything except for those cold foils. Wow. So that's kind of a bad sign for the... what that means is there's too many collectors and not enough players at the moment. And so the people chasing those cold foils because they're ultra rare. 1 in 24 boxes, I believe, is what you get a cold foil. And yeah, that's where we're at here. So anyway, so I guess you just open that up and then these cards flip over. These scour the battlescapes. So I don't even know the rarity of this. Maybe the rare's in the back. Who knows? Art's okay. The design, I think, is a little bit, it leaves a little bit to be desired. This feels almost like something you'd find out of a board game as far as, I don't know. It's okay, though. It's not bad. It's definitely not bad. Nimble Strike. We have a Barraging Bronhide. So it's a generic attack. So you attack with maybe it's a beast you summon to. I don't know. Someone will have to... Instance in here. There's instance, Zach. Destroy Barkbone Strapping. Roll a 6-sided dice and gain equal to half the number of dice rounded down. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You got one of Kevin's pet peeves. I do not do dice. I do not do dice at all. I can't stand dice. And I can't stand when things are determined by dice. But I won't judge a book by a cover yet. We have the Staunch Response. We have... What is up with this? You turn the autofocus off?
No, I didn't touch anything. Still.
Spot focus. I hope that's picking up. I'm trying to get this mark on my hand. All right, we're good enough. Focus cancel. We have the Crush. We have the Awakening Bellow. We have a Buckling Blow. And the Wrecker Romp. The Debilitate. The Head Jab. The Iron Song Response, and a Surging Strike. So where are the rarities in here, Zach?
I don't know.
There we go. We got the camera fixed now.
Let's see here.
So
I can't even tell where a rarity would be. I mean, these seem like different attacks and everything.
No, is that the rarity?
What?
The red? No, because there's plenty of red.
That's like health. I don't know if there is a rarity in these.
Maybe not. Maybe there is no rares. 195.
I don't know about the.
That's a different symbol.
Hero, where
no, but there's plenty of those symbols.
Yeah, it just looks like those are part of the game symbol.
So we don't even know what the hell we're doing here. So first of all, like again, the art, the design, the camera. What in the world do you do this camera?
It was focusing. I don't know what the heck you are doing. Why did it go back to manual focus?
We are professional here at the Gone Rogue Games.
It was working just fine.
Is it there? On here? No?
I know what it is.
All right, I think we got the camera fixed. So here we are again. Like we said, we can't figure out the rarity on there.
Something RMSC.
Oh, yep. See, okay, there we go. So right there, we've got an S, whatever the S is, right there on the bottom. So this is an S. I wonder if that... Oh, and there's like a little bit of foiling. That is so subtle. Subtle. I don't know if you can pick that up in the camera. There's some foiling on this cranial clutch that's just barely just highlights some of the armor and whatnot in there with the foiling. And then we have this M, which might mean mythic. I'm not... Maybe this is like super. I don't know. Someone will have to tell me how how to rate these. But what I've heard is there's not a lot of price differences like in these type of cards. It's like cold foiling or bust, which unlimited is gonna be weird because there is no cold foiling in the unlimited from what I understand. And then here's our rare, I guess, with this staunch response. So you had a rare, we had one R, one M, and one S in here, and then the rest are commons. So I guess that's what we're looking for in these other packs. Wish they distinguished those a little bit better. Maybe they could have learned from Wizards with putting some sort of protection against counterfeiting on the rares and mythics and whatnot. But as technology grows, I don't think there's anything around that. It's going to be very, very tough. Basically, we're not just going to have to get like China on board with copyright before I think that's ever going to get solved. Alrighty, so here's the second pack. We have a Quicken, and that is a double face card. Someone again will have to tell me what this double face card is and what it does. Maybe it actually explains it on here. And then we have the Battlescape, the Scour the Battlescape. So common, the Slogism, the Unmovable. Another Unmovable, but this is, nope, they're the exact same. So that's interesting. So one is a yellow border and one is a blue border for the Unmovable, but they do the same stuff. Then we have the Refraction Bolters. We have the Fluster Fist. It's a great name, Fluster Fist, huh? Overpower as our rare, or our R. We have Emerging Power. This one has a little bit of foily in it as well. It's so subtle. The camera's like even picking it better than the naked eye picks it up. And then we have the Savage Swing, a Wrecker Romp again, another Debilitate. So we've seen a lot of like, I wonder, it does say there is, how many cards in the set? We've seen a lot of one like already repetitive cards out of 2 packs. Surging Strike and the Iron Song Response. So this one we just had the 2. They were different. So the common. So we had two of the R's in this one. So no S or no S or no M. And then we did have a foil. So I'm going to kind of put these aside, and then hopefully we'll see what kind of value, and someone can kind of chime in on the comment section for I want to call this Force of Will, another dead game, for Flesh and Blood. This one actually has a T in it too, though. So I don't know. Maybe our theory is wrong. That one's got a T, but it's also gray in here. Oh, is that the Transform card? I wonder if that means if it's a Transform. So I guess we can set the Transforms aside because they are a different type of card too. And this one does say T on it as well. And you get one of these per pack so far is what we've done. And so we got an S here. Let me find the other ones real quick of what we got going for us, and then we'll get on to the next pack. Look at us all organized. There's the M. So yep. So we got the rares. We got 3 rares. We got the common foil. We got an S foil, and I'll have to go look some of these up. All right, next pack. All right, so we should have this Transform card, which we do, which is a Slogism again with, no, we don't have a Transform card this time. Okay, no Transform card this time. All right, we'll get to it. We'll understand what this is. So we have the Slogism, we have Unmovable, we have Raging Onslaught, Nimble Strike, the Iron Rot Gauntlet. Our rare is a Warrior's Valor. If your next weapon attack this turn gains 1 of whatever that is, and if this hits, the attack gains Go Again, and then Go Again is the ability. Okay, and then we get another R, which is Drone Brutality. If Drone Brutality would be put into your graveyard from anywhere, instead put on the bottom of your deck. Okay, and we have a Breakneck Battery as the foil. It's got that, so maybe we get 1 foil per pack, and it's also a rare. So I'm just going to put the foils in this pile. And then we have another common with Awakening Bellow, another Cartilage Crush, Savage Swing, Driving Blade, Leg Tap, Biting Blade, Head Jab, and a Cracked Bauble, which is a T. This is a T, but it doesn't have a back. So again, people will have to explain What exactly? My camera does not like to pick up the text from this card game at all. All right, so there's another T that goes in that pile. So yeah, so it does look like M's are, okay, so S just means, no, I have no clue what S still means because we still just have the one S with this cranial crush. But do we get a cranial crush out of one of these before? I thought we did have a cranial crush in some of these packs. And so maybe, nope, so that must be something that is a lot more rare than the other one. So one M and one S so far. Alrighty, so next up we have, there's our transform, which is Dorinthia. And we had a Dorinthia Iron Song and just a Dorinthia this time. And the harmonized Kodachi, which is a ninja weapon. And this is a warrior hero. So yeah, not sure exactly how those work together. All right, Wounded Bull. Wounding Blow. Wow, look at this, what this set wants to do to us. We have a Wounded Bull into a Wounding Blow. Tongue twister there. We have the Scar for a Scar, which is still a common. The Razor Reflex. The Hope Merchant's Hood. The Barging Beatdown, which is the rare. So we'll throw that in the rare slot. There's our second S with the Crazy Brew. So I'll put that over here on this one. The Crazy Brew. We have another R in a foil. So again, I do think we have one foil per pack. So far, the Warrior's Valor, the Primeval Blow, the Crush Confidence, the Wrecker Romp, the Emerging Power, Head Jab, Nature's Past Pilgrim, and a Surging Strike. So it does look like, I'm not sure if there's any sort of particular order of this so far. I haven't seen a pattern if there is one. But the foils are kind of cool though. Some of these other ones pop out a little bit better. It looks like it highlights the light areas and kind of how Magic does with mini cards. All right, so this one has the Romping Club with the Bravo as the flip aspect to it. Next up we have the Raging Onslaught. We have the Unmovable, the Scour the Battlescape, the Razor Reflex, the Breaking Scales, Overpower, Breakneck Batteries are rare. There. Our foil is the Regurgitating Slog, and again, this one is, you can tell it's a foil, but it is so subtle on this one. It is so subtle. I'm not quite sure. I think it has to have something more like the borders. I don't know. Maybe there's other ones that just make it even more noticeable. Emerging Power. We have the Savage Swing, the Stonewall Confidence, the Pack Hunt, Sharpened Steel, Whelming Gust Wave, and the Iron Song Response. So that pack only had the one rare and the one foil. So yeah, the M's probably look like they are the hardest one. We have one S foil and one S non-foil, and then one M out of the packs. Next up, we have the Harmonized Kodachi again with the Katsu. Katsu is a ninja hero. So this one does have a ninja weapon with a ninja hero. That's different from the other one we opened. Nimbleism. All right, Sink Blow. Razor Reflex. A Wounded Bull. The Heartened Cross Strap. Our rare is another Breakneck Battery, which is, so we've got those in yellows. Maybe they're types, or like the ninjas, like a certain color, and the warriors a certain color or something. I'm not quite sure how that works, but this is our second Breakneck Battery. This one being a blue border rather than and they have different, these also have different symbols on them. So you can see there's the 3 symbols and the 2 symbols. So, and then this one's a 5 and a 4. So I don't know exactly what that is with these. Again, I'll have to wait and see when someone explains it or I learn the game. Flick Flack is a rare. So we got a 2 rares in this one. Nature's Path Pilgrim, which I thought I saw that in a regular common, but this is a common with the foiling. And the foiling does pop out in this one very, very well. Buckling Blow is a common. Primeval Bellow, the Cartilage Crush, open the center, the Biting Blade, Rising Knee Thrust, and the Sharp Steel. So it looks like the rares and the foils and stuff have a slot somewhere in the middle of the pack, which is cool. That's actually kind of cool. So no matter which direction you go, it'll take you to the middle to get to them. So we have another Harmonized Kachi with a Reinar as a Brute Hero. All right, so we have, let's kind of go with these a little bit quicker with the commons and then get to the good stuff. So our rares are the Overpower. We've seen that one before with, I think, different borders. The Fluster Fist is another rare. The Whelming Gust Wave is our foil. And Smash Instinct, the rest are going to be commons. We'll just go through them quick because I'm pretty sure we saw most of the cards for common. So I wonder if there's like a draft format for this. Definitely, though, it does seem like the dice roll is going to get me off because I can't stand dice rolling. But other than that, we'll have to wait and see. And it might not be as big a deal as I think it is. And every game needs to have some sort of variance. I think when you add dice with card, like draw, it ends up being too much variance to my liking. But anyway, our transform is a Quicken into Romping Club. Okay, let's go with another unmovable. All right, we'll get to the good stuff. We have the Flick Flack as a rare. So Steel Blade Shunt. So I guess rare in this particular set is more like an uncommon in Magic. Steel Blade Shunt. We have the Rising Knee Thrust as a foil. That one pops pretty good. You can see in the camera. The Crushed Confidence. And yep, it's just all commons from there. All right, next up. We have Katsu again with the Anathos. Okay, here we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 before we hit the first one. Into the Barraging Beatdown. Into the Blessed Deliverance with the rare. Into the Mythic Foil. Hey, we got a Mythic Foil this time, or an M Foil, whatever M stands for the Spinal Crush. And into a Cartilage Crush. And then the rest will be the commons. Yep, so it's in there in the middle there for 5 down, I believe. All right. There is another Dorinthia with the Rhinar. So with these little transform cards, I wonder if there's some sort of use to them. And maybe there's a lot of different combinations you can get. So maybe this adds to like the maybe possibly like specific combination of these will be worth money because you want the specific ones. Who knows? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, 5 down is a rare. We have the Blackout Kick. That would probably look cool in a foil. As a rare, we have the Sigil of Solace. We have the Debilitate as the foil. Savage Swing. Stonewall Confidence. And commons from here on out.
Anything cool yet?
I don't know. We got an S foil and an M foil. So I'm not sure exactly how those work.
I couldn't quite find a whole.
We have a Dawn Blade with the Quicken. That goes in that pile. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got a Snatch. It's not a card Zach would like. If Snatch hits, draw a card. Hey, it's on board there. Then we have our third M of the set, which is the Steel Blade Supremacy. So now I don't know if S or M is harder to get because now we're ahead on S's. So where's my S slot or my M slot with the Steel Blade Supremacy? Raging Onslaught as a common foil. And the rest should be common if I figure out the pattern. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it goes 5 commons down, then you get your juice, and then you get 7 cards at the back. Is how it works to get to your stuff, which is kind of cool.
Juice, huh?
5 down to get the juice. Get the OJ. All right, so we have Bravo Showstopper.
Bravo.
With the Dawn Blade. So a lot of these seem to be like the same equipment on the back. You must have a weapon and a hero, and the rest are like moves. I don't know, when I was looking at it, there's like slots that you equip stuff to, but I don't know what I'm even doing with life. So maybe you have a deck of moves and like you start the game with your slots of weapons.
Should have watched the video how to play first.
Well, I kind of didn't want to just figure this out on video. That's the magic of this, right? All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare Thumb War down to the Energy Potion.
You start out with 2 life, and all of these cost different amounts of life?
No, I believe you start out with 40 life. This guy,
Oh, okay.
I don't know. He has 40 life on. What I heard is you start out with like a pile of resources, and you have to resource manage it down. So I don't know.
Nice.
I don't know. You're asking the wrong person. Ask someone who knows. All right, we have the Energy Potion, Disable, the Hope Merchant's Hood. Again, some of these foils are very subtle. You can barely see it. Some of them just pop. And then that's our foil, and then the rest of it is common. So yeah, now that we got the rhythm down, it is pretty easy to open this.
So are there like secret special rares in this set?
No, I think they're only in the alpha version. In fact, we haven't opened one up. They're super rare in those to begin with. So we've already seen the Dorinthia and the Rhinar. And they do say T on them, so I think it stands for transform. Because they do. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down again. We have the time snap potion as a rare. The rares seem to be like the uncommons because I'm averaging 2 per pack. There was one where I only got 1. So ours are more like an uncommon. I think either the S and the M are kind of like a rare. Or no, they're in between. So you almost like think the dark. Back during Fallen Empires of the Dark, they had like uncommon 1, uncommon 2. And then a rare was like a mythic back then, or a little bit higher.
Rare 1 and a rare foil 1. I don't know.
I don't know. All right, so we have the time snap potion. We got a flicky flack again. And then this is what's weird too, is they have different borders and different costs up in the corner. Yeah. So like I have a flick flack here that is a blue flick flack with 3. And this one is a red flick flack with 1. So I'll have to learn. No, they don't. It's just their cost is different. So like this is the next card you defend with this turn is a card with combo against 2 defense. And then, so they're ninja defense reaction, ninja defense reaction. But this is a 3 blue and this is a 1 red. So and then it also has 4 and 2 there. So I wonder if it's different resources to you gain 3 and 2 or something, or on this one you can get a little bit better value, but it costs you more or doesn't give you as much. I'm not sure how it works. So yeah, well it is. It's because it's like, hey, we're gonna put lightning bolt, but maybe it's a lightning bolt that does something here. I'm not sure. So it gives you maybe more like customization of what you really want to be using. Like if you want this out early or late. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll have to see. We had the Scour the Battlescape as our common for the foil, and then the rest will be regular commons. This game is 16 plus, Zach, not 13 plus. So it means we're going to see boobies. Ooh. All right, we have the Rhinar Reckless Rampage and the Harmonized Kodachi as the transform. All right, so 5 down. We have the Warrior's Valor, the Spinal Crush. So this is Spinal Crush. So here's an M Spinal Crush. I believe, oh, okay, no, I got the M in Spinal Crush in, yeah, so it's still an M there. Okay, so we got the foil M of it and the regular out of this box. Now watch it be the best card in the set, and people are like, oh my gosh! So here's the one I thought would look cool in the foil. It's actually not as cool as I thought it was. That blood is barely foily. Womp womp, I was hoping that would have been like cooler foil. Or is that even a foil? Yeah, it is, that's our foil. Because it barely pops out there. There's our foil. Yep, and the rest are commons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 down. All right. So now I'm thinking S is the harder one to get. Kodachi with Dorinthia. All right, let's go down to the Drone of Brutality. That's some cool artwork on there. The Warrior's Valor. The Primeval Blow as the foil barely pops there again. And then the rest are the commons. So very interested though in the comment section if you have played this game again. I'm going to give it a go and see how well it runs and if it is worthwhile to actually play. The Kodachi with the Rhinar. And then we have 1, 2, 3. Look at it. Nimbleism, nimble strike, nimble strike. Right in a row. We like to be nimble, I guess, with this pack. All right, then we go to the Steel Blades Shunt. The Remembrance as our S. So there's our third S out of the deck. The Wrecker Romp is the foil. And that Remembrance does shuffle up to 3 action cards from your graveyard into your deck and then banish Remembrance. So I guess you're getting it back from your deck. So apparently that's good. Maybe your deck is a resource and it's like kind of in your hand already. Not sure. All right, so we have Bravo with Katsu with 2 heroes on the flip. All right. We have Flusterfist. Flusterfist, that's a great name. I don't know if I said that before. Overpower, another Awakening Bellow as the foil. And I wonder if there's different versions. We already got an Awakening Bellow, so I guess we can look at it. Yeah, I'm assuming there's different foil versions of it too for like the different red, blue, yellow borders. And then the rest of them are just going to be commons. A few more packs here to go with our Flesh and Blood. Alrighty. We have the Blackout Kick again as the rare, the Blessings of Deliverance, and our foil is the Sigil of Solace. So that is a foil rare. Little foil backing there with the sun. Alright, give us another S, or another M, or another W. Katsu the Wanderer. So I wonder if there's, doesn't look like there's lots of heroes to choose from. I'm not sure if there's like rare heroes you can get or not. We got a Disable, Barraging Beatdown, the Razor Reflex as our foil, and a card that wants to flip over. Target sword or dagger weapon gains an additional 2 attack, and target attack action card costs 1 or less gains 2 attack. If it hits, you get to go again. Alrighty, so we got Quicken with the Harmonized Kodachi. Alrighty, so here we go. 5 down. We have the Sigil of Solace as a normal, the Savage Feast. Our foil is a common Pack Hunt. Okay. Man, this can be a mess to try to sell cards, though, with different, like, if these have different costs on them, if they have different, like, any of these Rhinars do something different. Where's another Rhinar? See if we can see. So Rhinar, 420. Nope, so far, he's a 420. And he's green. Derp-a-derp. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another Barraging Beatdown. We have the Stinging Blade. There's another S. So with the Singeing Steel Blade, sorry, it's our warrior attack reaction. You may only have singeing steel, or is it singing? Is it singing? It's not singeing, it's singing. Singing. That's singing. Singing steel. You may only have Singing Steel Blade in your deck if your hero is Dorinthia. A weapon gets +1 attack. If defending hero has defended with a card from their hand this chain link, search your deck for an attack reaction card, banish it face up, then shuffle your deck. You may play this this chain link. So not sure what a chain link is, but maybe this is pretty powerful. You can only use it in Dorinthia. Can't use it with another one. And our foil, which is super subtle on this one, just a shirt, is the Stonewall Confidence. So, again, now I don't know if that M or F is, which one is more, as I spin on my cards, which one is more rare. Because we're pretty even with the two. There's a Seismic Surge with the Harmonized Kodachi. And we have the Flock on to the Snatch, my favorite card out of the set. Will always be my favorite card out of the set. The Sigil of Solace. The Rising Knee Thrust pairs really well with the Snatch. Doesn't pair really well with the balls. And then we have nothing else. All right, let's go on to Quicken and Dawnblade. Nimbleism with Nimbleism again. And the Flusterfist goes good with the Snatch. And the Breakneck Battery. Hey, it's 16 plus is what this card game says. All right, so I can make those jokes. Staunch Response as our rare foil. And again, very subtling on this. Some of the armor pops there. And that is that. And I guess this is our last pack. One thing I do like about the Flesh and Blood, though, is these are probably going to be pretty easy to ship. As they pack right in here and can go nice and easy in like a medium flat, probably a small flat rate. Can probably do a couple of them. All right, last pack. Let's see what we get here. Let's go for another foil S. We have the Bravo with the harmonized Kadachi. Okay, here we go. We get the Potion of Strength is a rare, and a Last Ditch Effort, which is an S. We got an S. We want another S. When you play Last Ditch Effort, you have no cards in your deck. It gains 4 attack, I guess is what that is, and you go again. Wow, that seems pretty potent. I don't know, though. And we only get a foil as the Scar for a Scar with the foil. And there you have it. So I guess the cards that, lots of rares, of course. We get plenty, you get, 1 to 2 rares per pack. I think you do get 2. Maybe I was just off on one of them here. And then you get a foil per pack too. And so I guess what we should do here is find the non-commons. So common, there's a rare, common, rare, common, rare, common, mythic, common, rare, S, rare, and common is what we have with the kind of the loot here with the foils. And so M's and S's, so M's were more rare in our box than S's. We had 3 versus 4 and then 1 of each here. So I'm not sure on the rarity of those, but I'm gonna go check and look these up and see what they are, worth. I believe TCG Player already has pricing for these type of cards. It'll be interesting to play this again in your comment section. You can tell me how off I am, how this game runs, or if I got anything right just by the gist of this game. And I hope you enjoyed this video. It gives me kind of a break from Magic, see what else is out there competitive wise to Magic. Never been a big fan of like Hearthstone or Pokemon, so hopefully this is kind of a fun game to play. Like I said though, that Discord is just popping. It is just so energized, just very active. The Facebook page is also incredibly active. I'm sure they have a Reddit page. And it'll be interesting to have a competitor to Magic. Hope you enjoyed this video. This has been Kevin with the Rogue Deck Builder. If you like this sort of comment, be sure to get on over to my Gone Rogue Game channel where I'll open up just about anything on there. Thanks for watching.